No, Buck, I could never learn to love you.
But Lisa, I'm crazy about you.
No, I could never learn to love you.
But I can't live without you.
No, I could never learn to love you.
But Lisa, I've saved $1 million just to make you happy.
Well, maybe with a few lessons I could learn to love you.
I have never been more wrong about an artist than I was about the Buddha of Bakersfield, Mr. Buck Owens. I'm old enough to recall a lot of lazy afternoons sitting in front of my mom and dad's Zenith television watching a show called Hee Haw. Hee Haw was a country comedy variety show, and it was incredibly hokey. Buck Owens co-hosted Hee Haw for a lot of years alongside instrumentalist Roy Clark. So, due to his affiliation with the show, I filed Buck away in my brain as just a corny country guy. And that's where he stayed until a label out of New York State called Sundazed started re-releasing Buck Owens' 60s discography on CD. Once those CDs found my ear, it was one of the more transformative periods of music listening in my life. There was legitimately about a year where the only thing I listened to were those re-releases of Buck Owens' 60s work. Little did I know that Buck Owens and his backing band, the Buckaroos, were the biggest country stars of the 60s. They had a cavalcade of #1 hits and hit records. Buck himself was the popular, anyway, pioneer of what is called the Bakersfield sound. Now, there are 1,000 different ways to interpret and define what that means, so I just went to Buck Owens' write-up at the Country Music Hall of Fame. Here's a little brief section of that. Unlike most other artists during the heyday of the Nashville sound, Owens would virtually always record with his road band, giving his records both a distinctive sound and a live feel. From 1963 to 1967, during the peak of Owens' commercial and artistic career, Owens and Rich were joined by pedal steel player Tom Brumley, drummer Willie Cantu, and bassist Doyle Holly on all of Owens' records. Owens would shape and control the band's sound and songs during production. These factors and Owens' desire to keep the same winning song and arrangement formula helped to create the conditions for his signature style based upon simple storylines, infectious choruses, twangy electric guitar, an insistent rhythm supplied by a drum track placed forward in the mix, and high two-part harmonies featuring Owens and Rich. In a genre, as I've discussed before, that was dominated by the hit single, Buck Owens really carefully crafted and paid attention to the album format. His records from this time all feature a great mix of upbeat songs, instrumentals, and ballads. He even let some of his band members take turns singing. And the result is an incredibly consistent, great album run during that time. So now we're finally going to get to the album that's up this time, called Roll Out the Red Carpet. Ironically, this album is probably the only one from this stretch that doesn't feature a hit single. Now, I'm not trying to be hip and cool and like choose the one that doesn't have a super recognizable song from it. This, to me, just happens to be the strongest, that is the best from beginning to end. It features a kick butt opener. It has really great ballads. You've got Don Rich taking a turn on a really fun upbeat song called Lay It on the Line, an On Fire pedal steel instrumental, and it just really works fantastically all together. Another great thing about the record, which this is true with almost all of Buck's releases, is they get in and out quick. None of the songs on Roll Out the Red Carpet reach the 3-minute mark. It's like a great punk record in that way. So yeah, my favorite release from the 60s run is Roll Out the Red Carpet. song I'm going to highlight from Roll Out the Red Carpet is the title track. It is just a perfect Buck Owens song. It features his distinctive way of counting in a song by using the lyric. Instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, he sings, I'm gonna, and then the drum kicks in and roll out the red carpet. Excuse my singing. I am not Buck, but it is just a rocket ride from there with Don Rich. I haven't really discussed him. He was Buck's guitar player, but he really was almost an equal partner in Buck Owens and his Buckaroos. He died tragically too young, and it was a real rough thing for Buck to get over, apparently, and it affected Buck Owens' career greatly. But for me, he's my favorite guitar player. I'm not too technical. I play a little myself and stuff, but I don't really know what that means when I say that, other than just what I enjoy listening to. And Don Rich is my favorite. He's like the OG twang country runs guy, and I just cannot get enough of his playing. Roll Out the Red Carpet is just a terrific country song.